Give it just. And I'm going to kick this off like always for everyone listening in on YouTube, for everyone checking out the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers of all ages, it's Saturday, it's 10 past noon. Y'all know what time it is. It's Gamer Talk with Blazing Ace Nelson, and I've got two very cool guests on the stream with me today. So I'll just start off by having the fellas introduce themselves. One of them, if you have been following my channel, you already know who it is.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Cheers here, and I'm pretty new to this Google Hangout stuff, so I'm the noob of the chat. So thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. And we also have Mr. Chris, aka the guy who's been hosting a lot of the after hours streams that I've been a part of.
Oh, can I describe myself here?
Sorry.
So yeah, seriously. Hi everyone. How you doing? I am Chris. I usually tend to do a lot of Gamergate live streams, and usually I tend to drag Ace in on everything, mainly because of the fact that I'm bored. But yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Ace, you take the mic away from me before I start rambling.
No problem. So yeah, as usual, for anyone that actually wants to follow these guys that I have on as guests, I will make sure to put the links to their YouTube channels in the description box once I get around to editing all the other stuff on YouTube after the stream is over. But anyway, this week, much like the last few weeks, we're going pretty much head first, deep into the dark woods of classic Golden Age gaming. And I say Golden Age because, a lot of this is the stuff that I grew up playing. This week, it's all about the PS1.
Ooh, PS1.
Man, with all the insinuation you said right now, the concept of really sucking the dick of Sony really comes into play here.
You're welcome. But yeah, kind of like how my first stream was mostly me rambling about, my memories of old school gaming. And like I mentioned during last week, the PS1 has a really vast library of games. So I mean, anyone who's just barely getting into it, there are multiple entry points depending on what genre you like, depending on what developer you may be following at the time. And my first experience with the PS1 was actually playing one of the demos. I think it was back in '95, but it was a demo that included Jumping Flash and Battle Arena Toshinden.
Ooh, Battle Arena Toshinden. I love that game for a long time.
And the third one was better.
Cheeto Blade? Come on, man.
No, the Battle Arena Toshinden 3 with that one Michael Jackson dude.
I usually preferred playing as David, but then again, I was one of those freaks that genuinely liked Echo Knight.
I mean, when it came to PS1, I was real huge on RPGs, like Breath of Fire, Final Fantasy. I have them all, like Chrono Trigger, the remake.
You mean the Final Fantasy Chronicles package?
Yeah. I've got them all, dude. I was a huge RPG fan on PS1.
You ever play Vandal Hearts before? That was actually a really good RPG with a really solid storyline.
Which game? Say again?
Vandal Hearts.
Vandal Hearts.
It's a strategy RPG.
I've been wanting to try that game. I've actually heard about it, but I never actually got hands-on gameplay with it. It looked interesting, though.
It's basically one of those games when you really get to know it. It's easier than it looks, but then there are just those moments when it will kick the shit out of you for no apparent reason.
Oh wow!
So it's
that sounds good.
So it's like the strategy RPG version of Dark Souls.
No, it's not. No, that's not like that bad. But it's just that it's like if you fuck up at any point in it, and basically lose a specific character, then pretty much you're just gonna get swamped really quickly by the bad guys in the map.
Wow.
Oh, and checking out the chat just now, there was another what you call it? One of the users, Dark Renegade 1, just mentioned another really awesome demo for the PS1. The one with Star Wars, Masters of Terrascasi, and Tomb Raider.
Ooh.
Did you guys ever play the demo that has Fire the Dragon and Medieval on it? I think that was the best of the
Yeah.
demos.
Oh,
Oh my
Medieval. Yeah,
God,
that was
yes.
good. That was good.
Like pretty much as soon as I finished playing that demo, me and one of my friends, we had put together all the money that we could possibly find, ran to GameStop and bought Medieval.
Well, Medieval was in fact one of the better platforming games for PlayStation 1. I in fact wish they actually would have kept the series going after the PlayStation Portable game.
Yeah, I mean, seeing Sir Dan in freaking PlayStation All Stars was kind of a nice nod, but at the same time, it's
Was
pretty much for
was
me.
he
It
a
was
playable character?
yeah.
He was a playable character. Nobody told me that. I would have bought a PlayStation 3 just for that.
But yeah, seeing him in Battle Royale was a nice nod, but for me, it's the same as say seeing Mega Man in Smash Brothers or seeing that joke of a Mega Man in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. All I do is just see that and I go, okay, when are we actually going to see a new entry in the franchise?
Well, never. I'm sorry to say that. I don't think they're really going to try to revive that unless Nintendo does something with it.
Yeah, unfortunate but true. Speaking of Mega Man franchises, that was actually the first time that I had bought a game across multiple platforms because I got Mega Man X2 and X3 for the Super NES, but then when they also re-released it on the PlayStation, I got it there as well.
I actually I was quite partial to the Mega Man 8 game. If you guys ever played that before.
Played Mega Man 8. That one was really good.
You know, a lot of people give it flack, but the platforming was pretty good. I just had to ignore the cutscenes that were in the game.
Of course, this was still back when I would say this is back when a lot of the animation and a lot of the voice work was still in its infancy. Like they were just getting down to really figuring out how to implement the cutscenes and the extra cinematics and such in games like Mega Man, as opposed to say something like Final Fantasy VII, where you had the insane amount of hype and the TV commercials and everything. And let's face it, FF7 was freaking revolutionary for its time.
Oh, definitely.
No argument with that here.
I mean, not everyone likes it. They have their own opinion. Personally, my favorite Final Fantasy was 6.
Yeah, 6 was damn good too.
I'm not. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of the Final Fantasy series. The one RPG that I liked that Square did was Legend of Dragoon.
That one is Sony, not Square, but yes, Legend of Dragoon was fantastic.
I thought Square wrote it.
Let me reach over here in the case and grab my copy just to double check because I'm pretty sure that was in-house at Sony. Yeah, Legend of Dragoon is Sony.
Oh well,
really?
I guess I've been wrong for a few years.
Actually, I'm over here looking at the stack of PS1 games that I do have, and I'm almost considering just throwing one of these bad boys in after the stream because sure there'll be a little bit of delay on the controller, but the PS3 does play PS1 physical discs without having to worry about emulation or anything.
I wish it did the same with PS2 games.
Like it used to.
Yeah, the original PS3.
Well, let's see. I got Final Fantasy Origins, Anthology. I could have swore I had Final Fantasy Chronicles in here somewhere, but I guess I don't. 7, 8, 9, Nightmare Creatures 2, which is another nice but greatly overlooked action game. And then, of course, my two favorite Square RPGs on the PS1, Xenogears and Brave Fencer Musashi.
Ooh, Xenogears. Now that was a pretty awesome game. I
I
don't I
mean,
don't like what they did on PS2, the Eno Saga. I didn't really like that too much, but Eno Gears I liked a lot.
well, from what I remember reading a while back, Xenogears and Xenosaga were technically supposed to be a part of the same canon. I mean,
Yeah.
like out of a 6-part story, Xenogears was supposed to be part 5. What you doing, Chris?
I'm sorry. I was just letting you two talk. I have no idea what you guys are talking about here.
so I'm gu- so I'm guessing you haven't played. So I'm guessing you haven't played Xenogears.
No, probably by the silence. I have no.
Fair enough. Um, if you do have a PS3 or a PSP, it's on the network if you want to pick it up and try it out. The story is it's very heavy on the philosophy and psychology as far as like the content of the story itself, but it was the first PS2 RPG that I had played where they took such a unique graphical style with it, with the characters being done up with 2D sprites and like the backgrounds and the mechs that you get to fight in being done in 3D. And they really found a way to make it work together. And again, the story and the characters were pretty top notch.
Okay.
But
You,
yeah, that's
you gotta understand when I was a PlayStation One gamer, I really didn't touch RPGs as much as I do now. Can you guys hear me well?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I was more of the action kind of gamer. I mainly play games like um, Fear Effect, Spyro the Dragon, Medieval. Vandal Hearts was probably the only one I actually played like upright without doing any form of cheat code or anything. Final Fantasy was more of my brother when we used to play it.
Ah. Well, that makes sense. Again, like I said earlier, though, the library for the PS1 is so huge that you could spend all of your time on that system just playing one particular genre or one particular series and almost have no contact with anything else.
You ever heard of Kodalko before?
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, I'm guessing that you've heard of it. How about you, Assassin? Have you ever heard of Kodako before?
Heard of, but never really got too much information on it. Like, there's a lot of games I heard, but never got to play or see for myself. Just hear rumors. But tell me
Well,
about it.
if I remember correctly, Kodelka actually is like the prequel to the Shadow Hearts series on the PS2.
That is correct because
Oh, really?
Kodalka is Yuri's mother in Shadow Hearts.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, sorry about that. I
Yeah,
have to say
yeah.
that. But yeah, that was probably one of the first times I actually saw a real female lead that actually had good motivation, actually had a real personality and a lot of strength that basically the two male counterparts she had really didn't. I actually
Oh,
think that
nice.
I think a lot of the like a lot of the characters in the PlayStation 1 era actually were well written. It's just that a lot of people overlooked a lot of games because they mainly went after the more popular ones.
That I have to agree with you on that, actually. I mean, there's the big ones like Resident Evil, Tomb Raider, but even compared to those two, something that's still relatively popular like Parasite Eve still gets very much overlooked.
I think it is safe to say that when everyone just basically keeps going after the popular games, I think that's where we drew the line when it comes to the Xbox, like the current generation we're in. But I actually think that the PlayStation 1 had a varied market thing, where basically it catered to everybody, and you could find any game that you wanted was on the PlayStation 1, and there was an infinite amount. If you like shooters, there you go. You like RPGs, obviously.
There you go.
Your shelf probably is full with them. But it's like the more obscure games were the bigger treasures to find.
Like for example, the original Grandia, or even for those of us that play a lot of anime games, like Digimon World and Gundam Battle Assault and Monster Rancher.
Oh yeah, Gundam Battle Assault.
I prefer the second one.
Yeah, actually, Gundam Battle Assault 2, yeah.
Actually, I've got Battle Assault 2 in my case.
Yeah, I still got mine as well. You guys ever played Vanguard Bandits?
Yeah, I have, yeah. I'm a massive Working Designs fan here.
Oh, nice, nice.
I prefer the Lunar series because, well, they were masterfully written.
And that is definitely one of those series that I think really holds up well. Just no matter what year it is. I mean, you could plug in your PlayStation like 10, 20, 30 years from now, throw in Lunar, and it'd still be that good. It'd still be as good as the first time you played it.
Well, except Dragon Song, but nobody really liked Dragon Song anyway.
But Silver Star Story and Eternal Blue, oh my goodness, those are absolute masterworks.
Star Ocean, PS1? Anybody?
That was actually the first time I had played any of the Star Ocean games.
Oh, really? That was probably one of my favorite Star Ocean games.
Yeah, the one thing that I really liked about Star Ocean was how, how over the course of the game, I mean, not just the whole system with the private actions and everything else, but also how Claude and certain other characters, how their special attacks continue to evolve the more you use them.
Yeah. That's what I really liked about it.
And I mean, even with a lot of the stuff that I try to do personally when I just write up ideas for games and such that I want to see designed or try to design myself, that feeling of progression, that feeling of evolution, the more you actually utilize a certain character's abilities. I mean, there are very other games that I've seen actually pull it off quite like Star Ocean did. Oh, taking a quick look back in the YouTube chat, and man, oh man. Oh, Dark Renegade 1 actually brought up another one of my favorite semi-horrible games for the PS1 back when it came out. Street Fighter the movie.
Street Fighter the movie, oh god.
Yeah, Street Fighter the movie, the game.
God, I was actually about to correct you on the real title of that.
But I mean, I had actually gotten the chance to play Street Fighter the movie, the game, in arcades before I had found it on the PlayStation. and the arcade game actually wasn't all that bad.
You know what? Actually, one game that actually a lot of people overlooked was you ever play the Batman Forever game that was for arcades? That was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, Batman Forever was really good too.
It
Again,
is. Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, again, just from the standpoint of just how much fun it was.
Let's see. We like so like let's just okay, now that basically we got the circle jerk for Sony going on here. What is the most obscure game out of all of your like personal memory collections? Can you say that actually was pretty good on your end, and basically you'll shill for it no matter what you do?
Wild 9.
Gonna have to think this over.
Okay, why Wild 9? What is it? Try to sell it to me.
All right. Wild 9 Wild 9 was actually one of the more overlooked platformers that Shiny Entertainment had brought out for the PlayStation. So, if you're a huge fan of, again, solid platforming and, oddball humor like Earthworm Jim, then Wild 9 would be a good choice. Aside from that, the music in the game was absolutely fantastic. It was actually one of the first games that I had picked up for the PlayStation where I would spend more time having it in my CD player than actually playing the game, because that was just how much I enjoyed the music. But whenever I put it in the system, no matter if I started back from the beginning or whatnot, it was still so much fun. And the big concept behind Wild 9, I mean, the story is pretty much an excuse plot. You play as this wandering, I guess you could say like a wandering space rogue, a Han Solo type dude. And you're pretty much going throughout this intergalactic empire trying to rescue your comrades who had been captured. And part of the gameplay is actually finding each of your comrades over the course of the stages and utilizing their particular abilities to get past certain puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from your comrades, you also have to use the weapon that he has called the Rig, which is pretty much like an electromagnetic grappling device. And you can use that to reposition your enemies in the various hazards and use them to progress in the game as well. And you earn extra lives and extra continues based on how much of each stage's hazards you can find to torture your enemies. It sounds sick and twisted, I know, but it's absolutely hilarious when you see this in action.
That actually sounds pretty fun.
I mean, like, even some of the hazards, like when you're running along, like there are a couple of stages where you're actually running along the various running along some of the airships. And as you're doing so, in order to get past the propellers, you actually have to find enemies that spawn nearby, pick them up with the Rig, and throw multiple enemies into the propellers to get the thing jammed up. And it looks to me like we have one other special guest on the stream. Jers knows him personally. I know him pretty damn well myself. Dark Masamune 87, the captain of Team Hack and Slash. Welcome aboard, my friend.
What's good, man?
If you turned off your camera.
Yeah, it'll probably be a good idea for you to actually turn off the cam, just so that way it'll run smoother.
Hold on a sec. Better?
Yeah,
there we go.
Alright, cool.
But yeah, you jumped in at a pretty good time, man. We were talking about like really obscure
the most
games.
obscure of the PlayStation 1 games that are in your that you remember or have in your catalog as of now.
Oh man, there's a lot of PS. I remember Omega Boost.
Oh my God! Shut up!
Um,
Shut up! Shut up!
damn. What else? Metal Slug. It's just too many. She Fed Alpha 3 was my favorite on PS1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll give you that one. Yeah, it had a fun story mode.
it was actually. I mean, back when the PS1 was out, when a lot of the fighting games were hitting, it seemed like the PS1 was the inferior system to port to as compared to like the Sega Saturn, where everything was pretty much arcade perfect. But Alpha 3 really knocked it out of the park. That one and Soul Blade.
Oh man, yeah, Soul Blade. I remember playing that in the arcade a lot. Pretty
I
fun
was
game.
quite a partial to Sung Mina myself.
I was I was all about that. I was all about them Bruce Lee shenanigans with Lee Long.
Bruce Lee. Damn.
Oh, what about that Tekken, man? I really like Tekken as a fighting game a lot.
Yeah, Tekken's one of my favorites. I played the hell out of Tekken 6 on the PS3 it was, yeah.
Yeah, Tekken, especially Tekken 2 and 3. I think pretty much the PS1 was where Namco really started to hit their stride as far as their fighting games, especially adding in all the extra content like the extended intros, the cutscenes for the story modes.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, you're right about that. Capcom made a lot of Mega Man games on the PlayStation 1 too. That were pretty fun.
Yeah, we were just talking about Mega Man 8 a little while ago, but also Mega Man X 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Wow.
Oh,
Wasn't Mega Man X3 on Super Nintendo, right?
yep.
Yeah, I still got that cartridge somewhere.
Oh, that's another obscure but really good one. Just looking back at the YouTube chat, Hoshigami.
Oh, wow.
But again, it seems to me like a lot of the more obscure PS1 games are either RPGs, they're either RPGs or platformers, at least from what I've seen.
Damn, what else was good on PS1? I'm still trying to think.
Actually, another one of my favorite. Well, again, aside from Brave Fencer Musashi, another one of my favorite RPGs that really had a good puzzle and a good platforming element to it, at least from what I remember of it and from what I remember fondly, was freaking Vagrant Story.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Vagrant Story was fucking
yeah.
amazing. It was fun.
The combos though.
Oh man, you
Those
attack a
combos.
body part.
Yeah, you heard
That
about
was
it.
awesome.
You get the risk with the risk meter.
Yeah, and pretty much how they handled the. I guess you could say how they handled the limit breaks.
I like the Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 8.
We pretty. I think pretty much any conversation of the PS1 pretty much starts with those.
Did you
Yeah.
guys have the original copy or the greatest hit copy?
I've got the green label Final Fantasy 8 and the black label 7.
Oh man, I had the originals, but it got stolen.
Yeah, me too. So
Yeah, so now I got that. I mean, stuff getting stolen is pretty common up there, but
yeah, I ended up getting the greatest hits because
yeah,
of that.
greatest hits to get back. Yeah.
But another entire genre of PS1 games that seems to fly under the radar a lot is a lot of the sim games, a lot of the simulation games like Harvest Moon. Let's see. Oh, another obscure game that I would swear by from start to finish, Dragon Seeds.
Oh man, I haven't heard of that game in a hot minute.
Now, Chris, if you want me to try and sell you on this one, Dragon Seeds is basically a monster battle sim, kind of like Monster Rancher, and I guess like Pokemon Battle Coliseum in a way. But in order to generate monsters, you pretty much have to put together. I believe you have to put together like various words and various descriptive words at the generation lab. But one other way that you can use to generate monsters, especially if you want to get monsters with like really good stats to help you through the arena battles and help you through the story battles, is to have it read data off of your memory card. I mean, I remember getting specialty dragons from having data for Omega Boost and also for Street Fighter EX2. So it's kind of one of those things where the more varied games that you play for the PS1, the greater the chance you have at getting some of the more unique monsters. Much like with Monster Rancher, but with Dragon Seeds, you don't have to have the discs on you, just the data on your memory card. I mean,
I wish they made the games like that now, like the next gen games, like PS4, Xbox One, the Wii U. I wish they had games like that. That would have been pretty cool.
Oh my goodness, Monster Rancher on the PS3 would have been astounding.
I think even Monster Hunter would have been good too on the PS3.
You mean like?
I can barely hear somebody.
Yeah, it just muzzled out, right?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I don't know what I'm hearing.
Now, what
Can
you're
you
hearing
hear
is,
me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys just fine. What you're hearing is probably just the background on Chris.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
hear
okay.
you and Ace pretty good. Yeah. Alrighty.
Oh no. Oh no, Dark Renegade 1. Why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to open up that can of worms?
Hey guys, I have to head out because I have to go take care of a few things. But I probably will come back or something. I'm not sure
Mhm.
yet. Okay.
No problem. Just come back whenever you want. We'll still probably in the midst of the Sony Circle Jerk for a while.
All right, have fun, guys.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, be easy.
Yep. See ya.
So I guess this is now turning into a pure team hack and slash stream. I don't mind that at all. But as I was mentioning earlier, friggin' Dark Renegade 1 opened up the big Sony can of worms. He opened up the big one. Please tell me y'all played guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, with Cloud and everything. Hell yeah.
Zach.
I
Yeah,
actually got that game still.
Yeah, me
Dude.
too.
My mains in that bad boy were Zach, Vincent, and they were Zach, Vincent, the God Hand, Ken Mishima, and
Yeah.
oh my God, that sumo dude, Dasher.
Cloud and Zach were pretty nasty though.
Yeah. That meteor smash though.
Yeah, it's like your whole health bar was almost gone pretty much.
Yeah. But I don't know. I really liked Bushido Blade though. I thought that was real unique and a lot of fun.
Yeah, Bushido Blade was a good one too. One of the first pure weapon fighters.
Like, I was so hoping that they'd make a PS3 version where you could verse people online. Like, that's the only fighting game I'd ever play online.
Chop a body part off.
Yeah.
Oh, Deadliest Warrior tried to do that, but nah, they just couldn't hack it quite like Bushido Blade did.
Nah, Deadliest Warrior That was like a super low budget version of Bushido Blade.
Low budget and still broke.
Yeah, for real. That game was terrible.
Oh man.
Oh, also, and I actually found the case for it a couple days ago. But have you guys actually had the chance to play the original Dynasty Warriors on the PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
Ah, man, a fighting game?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fighting game. Yeah. I didn't like it, man. I thought it was funny as hell, but I didn't like it.
It's a comedy fighting game. It's like a
Dynasty Warriors
bootleg.
2 is what did it for me for the Dynasty Warriors series.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
When Jers introduced me to Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3, that was it.
Yeah, we played it. We found out about the game through a demo. Like I was bored as hell. I was like, man, I'm gonna try this demo, man. All my games suck right now. I was just in one of those days, that every game sucks right now. So let's try something new,
No, I think that's pretty much how I found almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much how I found a lot of the obscure PS1 games that I have.
Yeah.
Just trying them out through demos. Again, Armored Core.
Armored Core is good.
Medieval.
Oh, yeah. That game was hot.
Oh, Twisted. I even found one that had a. Oh, that was actually how I found out about Xenogears, Brave Fencer Musashi, and Final Fantasy VIII as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
'Cause they-
Xenogears is hot. I like Xenogears.
Yeah. But we had this demo. We tried it out, and I was immediately hooked on the game. I was like, I need to have this game.
Oh,
So we
for-
bought like every part. Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
With me, it was pretty much Dynasty Warriors 3. I went to visit my brother, and him and one of his friends from the Marines were sitting there. They were going to town on, I think it was the Yellow Turban Rebellion.
Yeah. Oh, we used to have the rocks rolling down the hill. Remember?
Yep.
I used to be like, man, this mission's rough, man. Like,
Yeah, you play it now, it's a piece of cake. Easy
Really,
as hell, though.
either that or it feels too slow because you're too used to playing something like Dynasty
Yeah.
Warriors 8.
Yeah, it's like 10 frames per second type.
But yeah, seriously though, I walked up on them playing it, and I will remember this till the day I die. My brother was playing Guan Yu, and his friend was playing Shao Dun,
Shao
oh,
dude.
man.
and they were
Pork
just
chop knife.
they were
pork chop.
ripping it apart.
Bro, I remember the first time we beat Lu Bu, like,
Yeah, we were happy as hell. Remember that? We were hype.
we were like, hell yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, and back on the PS1 tip though. Y'all remember playing the demo and eventually the full version of the game? Because I'm sure you must have gotten this for Parappa the Rapper.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
Didn't that came out in the PlayStation Underground demo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kick punch.
Yeah.
It's all in the
It's all
mind.
in the mind.
Kick punch chop.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That demo was funny
Actually,
as hell.
Actually, Parappa was on the demo with Armored Core.
Yeah, you're right.
I remember that because I would go back and forth between both of those. It's like, all right, I done kick punched enough. I don't want to chop and block no more. I need to go get my big robot and blow some stuff up.
Yo, what about the original Tenchu?
Oh, man. That game was beast. That was ahead of its time. that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I pretty much played Tenchu at the same time as I was playing Metal Gear Solid because I really wanted my stealth fix.
Oh, man, Metal Gear Solid. That game was the shit.
Again, just so many. There are so many fantastic games on the PS1, whether they be the big names or just the obscure little gems that. I mean, I'm planning on doing this whole stream for at least another 20 minutes or so. Make it a full hour or go on for the full 2 hours like usual. But I know for a fact that it'd take far more than the 2 hours that I'm planning just to just to remember and to talk about all the grits for that system.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just talking about PlayStation alone. Don't even mention Dreamcast.
That was last week.
Man.
That was last.
Dreamcast.
That was
Holy
last week. But
shit.
if y'all want to go back to it, then I don't
Remember
mind.
Psychic Force, bro?
Oh,
Yes. Actually,
Psych-
the first Psychic Force came out on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
yeah, it came out on the PS1, first Psychic
Another
Force.
game
And
that we
then-
loved. Power Stone?
Power Stone,
Jeez.
Project Justice.
Dude,
Oh,
I have the Japanese Project Justice on me right now.
oh man.
The little character creator board game that they have for that thing.
Oh man, the creative character board was hot.
Oh, that was ingenious. I wish. Now you see, if Capcom wants to be able to print their own money, I mean literally, just spread word that the disc is minted, and I think a lot of people would be flocking to them at the very least to make sure they don't fuck it up like they've done with the rest.
I'm gonna sue you.
Seriously, localized project, like do a HD remaster for Project Justice, and actually bring over all of the content from the Japanese version. Bring over the character creator. Translate everything.
Yo,
I mean-
you know what game I want to play? Like if they remastered it, The Last Blade.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think
Dude.
we had the Last Blade 2 in Dreamcast, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both had it. Yep.
Yeah.
Setsuna was awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. And we had a lot of games, bro.
Setsuna,
A lot of them.
Jinzu, and Zantetsu were those three were pretty much my top dogs on Last Blade 2.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, while I had the Dreamcast with Last Blade 2, I was still playing on my PlayStation, so I'd like sit down, play some Last Blade, beat the game with Zantetsu, and I'm like, okay, I'm still feeling my ninja. Then go to the PS1, start playing Tenchu.
Ricky Baro. That dude was nasty. Jump on your head, put the sword through.
You're just, oh look, I'm opening the beer bottle with my sword. Head comes flying off.
Oh look, a meat bun. Oh,
Oh, my stomach! Oh.
Yeah, that was another one. That was another game that was like really good for implementing the art of distraction as part of the gameplay mechanics for it.
Oh man,
I mean,
wasn't.
funny as hell, man. A meat
Oh.
bun.
wait a minute. Think about it this way. Imagine this. And again, this is just me, you know, just going completely random. Imagine Platinum Games getting their hands on Tenchu.
Oh man,
Oh God.
that would be beast mode. They made what? Bayonetta. They made Anarchy Reigns also too, right?
Yeah, I mean, you saw what they did with Metal Gear.
Oh man, yeah. They shoot that game up like it was no tomorrow.
So yeah, imagine something like that, but for Tenchu, man.
Oh God.
I would buy that instantly.
Let's see some other really. Oh my goodness! I'm sitting here staring at this game right now, and I cannot believe I did not mention it. Probably one of the most obscure fighting games, like outside of Guys, one of the most obscure fighting games on the PS1 that Capcom needs to show some more love to somewhere down the line, like in Star Gladiator.
Oh, oh my God! With Hayato in it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yo, if seriously, like anytime I see like any sort of FGC streams where someone's going sarcastic and they just say Kappa, I'm like, yo, don't bring up Kappa.
Oh man.
I still
Dude.
I still remember, I forget whether it was a throw or whether it was actually his plasma finisher where he'd like, you know, just like dig in your ass and pull out the little plasma ball and you're just like, oh god, like fall over and play dead.
That game was funny as hell. Yo, George, you know the dude with the plasma sword from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with the bandana? Yeah, Hayato.
Man. Yeah.
That's the dude from the game he's talking about right now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's the main dude from Star Gladiator. And on the and they actually brought out the sequel on the Dreamcast too, Plasma Sword.
Yeah, yo, plasma sword was the shit, man.
Well,
I don't know why they.
I think Plasma Sword would have actually. I think Plasma Sword could have benefited from a little bit longer development, so that way you could actually have the characters. So that way you'd actually have that other half of the cast that wasn't just a series of clones.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean, some of the clone characters that they brought in were actually. I think they could have actually been really good for the story of the game as well, like that. What you call it? Like Luca, that one chick that was paired up with Gore.
I'm trying to remember. I haven't played that game in a long time.
Gore's the dude with the big brain.
Okay, I remember now.
Yeah, the girl that was paired up with him, and also the girl that was paired up with the fencer, Geralt.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they kind of rushed that game, honestly.
Probably just to try and get it out there on the Dreamcast. Oh, but speaking of good Dreamcast games that also had a really, really bitchin' start on the PS1, Soul Reaver and Shadow Man.
Man.
Soul Reaver, damn.
That's that game the dude's like, let me take your soul.
Yeah. It's like,
Shang Tsung type shit.
It's like, yo, I was a vampire, but then I got fucked over. Now I steal souls for a living. Let's do this.
You guys ever play Small Soldiers on PS1?
Yeah!
Yeah. It was actually pretty fun, that game.
It was a really good game.
I think Small Soldiers was another one that had a demo.
Yeah, on a PlayStation Underground.
Yeah. But that thing was fun as hell, man. A lot of fun.
But yeah, like Chris was mentioning earlier before you came in, Masamune, there were a lot of like really good action and platforming games on the PS1 too.
Oh man. It's way too many. Wasn't there Strider on PS1?
Yeah, Strider and Strider 2.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they actually re-released it on the PlayStation Network, and also with Double Helix actually doing the new Strider.
Yeah, I was surprised that they did that.
Oh yeah, let me just go ahead and sign out of Twitter well, no, not sign out of Twitter, but close up at least a couple of these tabs because I'm getting way too distracted.
Yo, anybody remember Zombie Revenge on the Dreamcast?
Oh damn.
Oh man. Zombie Revenge.
That game was the funniest zombie game I've ever played.
Well, it was pretty funny, but my standard for funny zombie games always goes back to the Super NES where Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh my god.
That right there, that is the one that sets the bar.
Seriously, even the name itself, it's a joke itself. Like.
They ate my neighbors, fuck.
I think that is probably the one game where, as much as I love it to death, I don't think I'm gonna sit down and play it again. Not after marathoning that thing and beating it. I'm just like 150 stages. Nope, I'm through.
Oh man.
You
know what felt like that? The Contra for PS2.
Oh,
Shattered Soldier?
Come on.
Yeah, the Contra, it was blue under the disc. I think it was the first Contra they came out with on PS2.
Yeah, I think that was Shattered Soldier.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
I
god.
remember we did a Game Shark code on the game to get all the lives, right?
Oh,
And we
Yeah.
still died.
Still could not win.
wow, that's terrible.
That PS2 Contra game, that was the hardest game we've ever played.
I used to bet people, oh, you want to play a hard game? Here, $10. Try to beat this. People were like, nah, I'll stay away from Contra.
Yeah. Oh, but that's another good platformer for the PS1 that was also in the demo with Battle Arena Toshinden. Y'all remember playing Jumping Flash?
Jumping. Oh, yeah.
Shooting Flash.
Dude,
With
the
the
one,
grasshoppers, the great grasshopper looking things, right?
yeah, the one with the little robot rabbit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Did it have like red eyes or some shit?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. I was thinking of some other game. I was like, man, with the red. Alright. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. They made a part 2 of that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jumping Flash was just that right there was the first game that like really just fucked with my head because of just because of the 3D.
Oh, man.
Like I would play it for a little bit on like the little PlayStation demo station that they had in Target. I'd play it for a little bit and I'm just like, oh man, this is awesome, but I'm starting to get kind of dizzy. That 3D is really all wobbling back and forth. Just yeah.
Oh, man.
I would literally have to like stop, soft reset it, and then go back to the demo for Battle Arena Toshinden because I couldn't hang with it.
Oh, my God. You know what game I thought was cool at the time on PS1 when I was younger was Dragon Ball GT Final Bout.
Oh, yeah, that game was hot as hell, man.
Yeah, GT Final Bout and
Yeah.
what you call it, Ultimate Battle 22.
Yeah, like I try to play them
Yeah.
now and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, we used to fuck shit up on that game, though. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Them,
You hit
them
it with one
infinite
finger.
combos. Them infinite combos, though.
Teleport.
The voices were funny as all hell. I loved it.
Oh man, remember that Spanish version we seen on YouTube?
What?
Yeah, there's a Spanish version of Dragon Ball GT Final Bout on YouTube. Look it up. It's hilarious.
Oh my god. All right. Since we're finished talking about, obscure or not, the games that aren't so popular, I am going to drop the bomb. I am going to drop the game that I'm going to drop probably one of the quintessential PS1 games. The moment I say this, y'all are going to get hit with a nostalgia shot straight in the nuts. You ready?
Oh, shit.
Hopefully this will hurt for
Symphony
real.
of the Night.
Not cut real feel. Oh, hold on. All right.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh, damn.
Oh
right.
shit!
Castlevania.
That was one of my favorite games.
Shit. We've been collecting that for a while, man.
I remember playing Castlevania on the regular Game Boy with the green screen.
Yeah. That little baby ass whip.
Alucard and let's see, I think it was, I forgot the other dude's name.
Alucard and Richter.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's a really interesting question from over in the YouTube chat. Well, what were your least favorite PS1 games?
My least favorite?
Oh, man.
Now,
Damn, that's
It's kind of hard for me because I sort of found enjoyment in almost every PS1 game. I found something that I liked about every game.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if I were to list off my least favorite PS1 game, it would still be a game that I thoroughly enjoyed playing.
Because back then, you played games because games were fun. You didn't really think about this game sucks because it's not like this game. It's not like now how everybody's a fucking critic. Oh,
Yeah, they weren't judging about graphics and all that.
yeah, we played games. I found enjoyment in pretty much every game. It's real hard to pick one I didn't like.
Well,
I could pick ones that I played more than others, but that doesn't mean I didn't like the other ones. You know?
exactly. I mean, for me, the games that I still enjoyed, but were like, I guess you could say my least favorites were Thrill Kill, Trap Gunner, and Blaster Master, Blasting Again.
Blaster Master.
But I mean, I still played the hell out of those games, and I loved playing those games. But compared to the other games that I loved even more, like Castlevania, like Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha, like Persona, Eternal Punishment. I mean, compared to games like those, I loved those like I will love those till the end, till my last breath. Whereas games again like Blaster Master and Thrill Kill and Trap Gunner, I could play those, have fun with them, and it's like, yeah, I remember enjoying this back when I played it. But then I'm very easily going to want to move on to I'm very easily going to want to move on to the others.
Okay, Giselle, hold on.
You ever play Valkyrie Profile? I thought that was a really awesome game.
That was one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
That game.
I have that bad boy on the PSP still.
Oh, really? Damn. You see.
Got that and freaking Valkyrie Profile 2 on the PS2.
No, I cannot. I'm looking through my old PS1 games, and I can't find the one that I didn't like. I like them all. I got Wild Arms. I love Wild Arms.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay, time for a sappy / geek moment here.
Uh-oh.
I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone like a few days back, and I never thought I would actually be able to pull this off, but I actually sang to her the opening song from Wild Arms 2, and she absolutely fell in love with it.
Oh, wow. So, confirmed. Blazing Ace is married.
The epic gamer moment.
Yeah, it was pretty damn special. But yeah, Wild Arms 2 was fantastic. As far as RPGs, I kind of agree with Crawler 3333. Final Fantasy VIII, while it was good, while I still enjoyed playing it, there were a lot of things about the story that looking back on it now, and hell, even going back to play it now, it still got under my skin a little bit.
Oh, man.
But again, I'm not just gonna like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna completely bash the game as like the worst ever, but it was a bit of a letdown.
Which one would you rather play more, though? Would you play 8 or 9 more?
I think I'd actually rather play 9 more.
Oh, damn.
You know, despite 9, like, I really liked the combat. I thought 9 was a lot of fun, but I just really disliked the character designs. I was not a fan of Final Fantasy IX's character designs at all.
Yeah, that was actually what wound up turning a lot of people off from it, was the character designs. I think it was just how they were trying to bring a lot of the old school feel from like Final Fantasy 3, 4, and 5, trying to bring that into the PS1, rendered 3D generation. A lot of people didn't like how they handled it.
Yeah. But I mean, if you played the game, it was fun. It was fun. I liked the combat system. Earning your skills when you get enough battles with a weapon and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
I wanted to play the game, but then I was like, man, I do not want to be this lame ass character.
No, I certainly understand that, especially after how the characters were designed and how they looked in Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, like we went from 7 and then 8. I like them both, and then 9. I'm like, oh man, these characters are gonna look crazy, and then I was right. They looked crazy, just not the crazy I wanted. I was just
Oh man.
But yeah, that's actually something that I've seen a lot when it comes to people talking about FF9. But there are still very few people that actually dislike the art style for FF9 that didn't really give it the chance as far as actually sitting down and playing it.
Well, I played it. I played it.
Yeah, I mean it's like a lot of the hate that games like Lollipop Chainsaw and Bayonetta get, or Dragon's Crown, for example.
Yeah, I think the problem with some gamers nowadays is that they judge a game before they even play it. Like, they'll stare at it and be like, oh, it looked like it sucks, but you can't really judge something you haven't played yet, you know?
I mean, at the very least, like, look for gameplay footage. Look for information as far as how the game would actually play before really judging it.
I mean, that's like a lot of the games now coming out on PS4, Xbox One, they get overhyped like crazy. Then they come out, they flop, and then all the games that are not hyped, Shadow of Mordor was not hyped at all, in my opinion, and that's probably the most fun game I've played this year.
Well, again, just going back to the Dynasty Warriors games. There's so little mainstream hype for the Dynasty Warriors games.
Yeah,
but at the same time, a lot of the attention that it gets is people saying that it's just a mindless hack and slash, just a mindless button masher, without really wanting to actually try and see if there's anything deeper to the game, let alone the content, but the actual mechanics of it itself.
You know what they're quick to say, though, which cracks me the hell up, is that they're quick to say Dynasty Warriors is repetitive, but if you really give it some thought, every game's repetitive.
Every game is repetitive. Point. Yeah. Eventually, you're going to do everything in the game. Eventually.
Sorry.
It's like, so, Dynasty Warriors is repetitive, right? What about Madden? What about Street Fighter? What about Mortal Kombat?
Or the also popular Grand Theft Auto. You can only do the same exact missions over and over. You can only keep killing people and walking down the street butt naked so many times.
Like, blow up helicopters and all of that over and over.
It's like, I got 5 stars yesterday. I'm going to do 5 stars again today and just keep doing it. This isn't repetitive. It's fun. But if another game does that, that's repetitive, that's boring. 3 out of 10 stars, go suck a dick. That's just what I see. That's just my opinion, anyway.
I mean,
but it's true, though.
I mean, the way I see it, and the way I actually see it, as far as like trying to design games on my own, because the past 10 or so years now, I've been working up design documents for a couple of RPGs and a couple of action games and hack and slash games that I would personally like to design. And yeah, there are a lot of games that are repetitive, or that can be seen as repetitive. But to me, it's a matter of how you actually take take a lot of the tried and true tropes and chestnuts in game design and in storytelling, and how you put them together in a way that's still compelling and still feels fresh. I mean, that's why games like Dynasty Warriors are still so much fun and so compelling, especially to me, because it's easy to get into. it's easy to get into. It takes a while to master, and there's just so much that you can look at it and go, okay, this reminds me of this game. But how would this old game benefit from a lot of the new systems and mechanics like are in Dynasty Warriors? Like, for example, let's say you take something like Streets of Rage or Final Fight and, try to rework those into a more, into more of the modern, action game or more modern beat 'em up or hack and slash style.
You basically got a Ken's Rage game.
Yeah.
Put those two together, right?
Yeah, you've got stuff like you'll have stuff like Ken's Rage or like One Piece.
Oh yeah, One Piece is awesome.
Or if you want to change up the combat system a little bit more, make it a little bit more out there, a little bit more outlandish, a little more animated. Imagine Final Fight playing like the Sengoku Basara games.
Oh man,
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. With Hideyoshi and Basara 4, they pretty much have the groundwork laid out for Hagar.
Hideyoshi.
Oh man, yeah. Hideyoshi, he'd fit into a Ken's Rage game perfect. Guy.
Hideyoshi versus Raoh. Battle.
I could see Hideyoshi and Ding Feng having like the coolest conversation ever.
Oh my god.
You can't put Hideyoshi against Raoh though. That's a slaughter and a half. He'll give him one thumb in the arm and that's it.
Yeah, he'll give him a thumbs up. Thumbs up, baby.
Well, you got to remember though, this is Hideyoshi. This is the guy that like punches the ground and splits continents.
Yeah, the guy that put Motochika through hell. Yeah.
I mean, if Hideyoshi is agile enough to keep out of arm's reach from Raoh, all you have to do is just like jump up and do that,
Oh man,
that big fist super that he has in 4.
Last time somebody tried jumping on Raoh, they got a cape in the face and a finger in the chest, man. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, no, I'm not talking about jumping towards him.
Oh.
I mean jumping away, create that space.
Oh, man.
A little distance between the two of them is a good thing.
Yeah, you don't want that ray effect to happen on nobody.
Yeah, you don't want that white hair in the morning, man.
But
I think that was the most horrible death.
Yeah. Ray was jumping up. He's like, "Yo, I'm about to do some cool shit." Oh fuck! Where'd this cape come from?
Like,
my neck and my back.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
that was brilliant. But and speaking of like going back on the topic of PS1 games and semi-popular but still kind of obscure games, y'all remember that one airplane rail shooter, Einhander?
Man, I didn't get to play that one.
It sounds familiar, but I never played it.
Oh, Einhander? I think there was a demo for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was. Yeah, there was a demo for that on the on the SquareSoft demo disc that I think came with Xenogears.
Yeah, I didn't get to play that. I just played the Xenogears. I was too hyped about the Xenogears. I was like, yeah, I got to try this and knock this out.
Why is this thing?
Uh-oh.
Okay, this thing was being stupid for a second because it looked.
Yeah, I don't know what.
It looked like it was trying to access my webcam for a second. Let me just go ahead.
Looks like we're back.
Okay, can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think DM is still connecting.
Yeah, it looked like he got kicked out for just a second, but he should be coming back in. Let's see.
You guys can hear me?
Here we go. Wait, no, that's the actual disc itself. Yeah, PlayStation Interactive Sampler, Volume 7. This one This one had the demo for Tomba. Oh, it was the one that had the demos for Tekken 3 and Gran Turismo.
Ooh. Oh, that was one of the good demos then.
Yeah, on that one was the demo for Einhander, and it pretty much plays like Gradius and R-Type.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I haven't played R-Type in a long time.
But yeah, that one was really cool because it was like, it was all in 3D, but it played mostly side-to-side scrolling. But then for like some of the bosses, you'd actually see the camera like turn to like that oncoming diagonal, and get those real cinematic angles for all the boss fights.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And depending on which ship you picked, because each ship had like little arms where you could attach the sub-weapons. And depending on which ship type you picked, you could actually get like a certain number of sub-weapons to actually attach to it. Let me go back real quick and
Yeah, did you guys ever play
here
Poi
we
Poi for
go. I
PS1?
actually found some footage of the game, so that way. All right, if you guys actually want to go ahead and check this out, I am going to bring up I'm going to do the screen share. Let's see, Einhander game sample, share screen. Okay, you guys see the?
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
see the screen up?
Yeah, I see it. Yo, can you guys hear me?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume up on this one so that way you guys can actually hear it if you want. Or I could just go ahead and...
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
All
Loud and
right.
clear.
Yep.
All right. I had to hang up because it wasn't going through.
All right. Let me go ahead and skip the intro so that way... Yeah, here we go. Just check this out for a couple seconds, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And with the different sub weapons you can equip, you can swap between them on the fly, like mid shot.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can fire them both, as you're seeing right here.
Yeah.
But you see what I was talking about as far as how, like, with certain segments, or again with the boss fights, how it actually goes from side to that sort of dynamic oncoming angle.
Yeah, I see what you mean. The
Mhm.
angle just changed on its own.
Yeah. I like the environment. I like the background environment, too.
It's fast paced too.
It's lively.
Yeah, Einhander was that right there was one of those fantastic, and again, really, really obscure, really underrated games that just flew under the radar.
What about Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, man?
You got me. You got me.
Have you guys ever tried Poi Poi?
Oh, man, why does that sound so familiar?
It was a 4-player game. You had like different arms you can equip to do different elements.
Chances are, if you had it at your house, I played it.
Yeah.
So.
Heard of it, but don't remember trying it. But it kind of reminds me, the way you describe it, it kind of reminds me of Mischief Makers.
Yeah, something like that. You could YouTube it. There's videos on it. It's a pretty cool game.
But yeah, Einhander was another one of the really good ones. And Oddworld.
Odd World. I had
Come
a
on,
whole bunch of game magazines about that.
dude, Oddworld was so legit. Let's see, PlayStation under. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring up the whole listing of PlayStation, just the PlayStation Underground demo list because there was, like you guys said earlier, there was so many good ones. Let's see. No, 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 no. Okay, that's the wrong one. Not PlayStation Underground. PlayStation Underground demo discs.
I know a game you guys might remember, Tobal #1.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's still kind of sad that Total number two didn't make it to the States though.
Yeah, it sucked. I was like, damn, I hope it makes it to the States, and all of a sudden, only in Japan. I was like, oh, damn.
And you guys remember Ape Escape?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the hell out of that demo. It was actually kind of fun.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of miss how they distributed the demos back on the PS1,
Mm-hmm.
on the PS1 and the PS2, because I mean they had a whole bunch, all sorts of stuff like PlayStation Underground, the demo discs from official PlayStation Magazine, the Jam Pack demos.
Oh, the Jam Pack.
Oh, man.
It's a Jam Pack.
Came with like 5 games,
Yeah.
some cheat codes.
Man, what was that? Let me see what that other demo was. I have like 100 demos sitting here. I just sort of kept them. I don't know why. But
Why? Why not?
Yeah, for real.
Because I can't play them on my damn PS3, man. Fucking garbage.
Okay, that's why not, and that sucks.
Let me see.
But wait a minute, I'm pretty sure you can. If all the Jam Pack and Underground demos came on like regular CD-ROMs for the PS1, then you should be able to throw them in the PS3 and play them just fine.
I have a lot of demos from PS2 as well.
The PS2 ones, that would be
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Yo, anybody remember the game Silent Bomber?
Ah, man, Silent Bomber.
Silent Bomber was fun.
Silent Bomber.
Actually, I remember playing. Speaking of games with Bomber in it, I remember actually playing Bomberman on the PS1.
Yeah, Bomberman.
Oh, man, I played the hell out of that game on PS1. That game was chaotic, though.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yep. Let's see that one. Oh, and of course, probably one of my personal favorite racing games on the PS1, freaking Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, too, was funny as hell.
Yeah. Twisted Metal
Minion.
is the shit.
Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth. And then it took them like 20 years to be like, hold on a second, we should make the movie Death Race.
They had the old school Death Race, didn't they, with Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
They might have. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
there was an old school Death Race movie.
Was there?
Yeah, it was really gory. It was weird.
Well, of course, it was freaking. What's his name directing it? Roger Corman?
No wonder, damn.
See, had Michael Bay been there, there'd been nothing but explosions.
Oh, man. Optimus Prime.
It would have been explosions of pyrotechnics, not explosions of gore.
That regular show. Pyrotechnics!
Let me throw this paper in the trash. The trash can explodes.
That's why that Ninja Turtle movie had a lot of explosions and stuff, some crazy stuff happening.
As long as no pizza explodes.
Nah, the pizza didn't blow up.
All right then.
I was happy about that.
That'd have been nuts. They fucking blow up the pizza, Leonardo.
Yeah, that would have ruined the whole Ninja Turtle movie. The pizza box is destroyed, Michelangelo.
You would have seen the most pissed off Michelangelo, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, PlayStation Underground CD magazine published by Sony from '97 to '01. Each one of the 17 issues included demos. Here we go. There was Sled Storm, Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. Oh wait, no. Why are they showing all this? Why are they showing all the PS2 stuff? I need the PS1 list, you bastards!
Yo, what about Chrono Trigger?
Man, that's the shit.
Probably my favorite version of the game is the one that they released on the on the Nintendo DS.
Can't mess with Frog though.
Yeah, the frog. The frog, baby.
But what you call it? I mentioned this in last week's stream, I think it was. But I actually came across a fan mod, I came across a ROM hack for Chrono Trigger that instead of actually just like taking the original game and tweaking it, it was redone as straight up as a full story, as a direct sequel to Chrono Trigger that bridges the events between that and Chrono Cross.
That sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want, I can like email you guys and send you the ROM file itself, because it's already been patched onto the original. So that way you can just go ahead and load it into ZSNES and start playing from there.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
But
Good looking up.
Oh, absolutely. But it's really good. I mean, the team that was originally working on it, they got the cease and desist order from Square Enix when they were like 98% complete.
Wow.
But there was still enough of it finished that they were able to just go ahead and at least distribute it amongst other websites so that it could be downloaded.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, holy crap! I just found the Dreamcast memory card. You remember playing Street Fighter on this little thing?
Yes,
Yeah, I remember. No. Dungeons.
What I remember the most is playing the little minigame for Cupel to try and evolve the little pet monster thing in Skies of Arcadia.
Oh man.
Oh man, I did that with Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, doing the child breeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. But
Dreamcast memory cards. They remind me of that little Pikachu, the little thing that came with the limited edition, the yellow version.
Yeah.
That little yellow.
Oh yeah.
Not the name of it. I got it around here somewhere, but.
Yeah, I got it in storage somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty much like little, like half memory card, half Tamagotchi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi. Man, those were the shit growing up. Everybody had one.
If you ain't have one, you was a loser at the time.
What kind of Tamagotchi you got? I ain't got one. Well, you ain't my friend, bitch.
Yeah, that was me, unfortunately, because I was broke.
Oh, man.
I was broke as hell.
All right, this conversation's gonna have to end. I no longer know Ace. See you later, guys.
Hey! Aww.
We get that Drake tissue. Some Drake tissue popping. Some baby wipes. Baby diapers.
Baby milk. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I'll just go cry in the corner now.
Got some Enfamil for you.
Now, give me the Pedialyte pops, man.
Oh, damn. That's too much.
But real talk though, just back on the getting back to PS1 and just all the awesome shit that came out on the PS1. Probably like probably one of my favorite memories and one of the greatest, literally like one of the greatest things I've actually had the opportunity to sit down and witness on the PlayStation was when I first got my hands on a copy of Soul Blade, and I was like, oh man, I remember playing Soul Edge back in the arcades. Is this the same thing? And my homie Brad was like, yeah, you remember that because he had the demo for it, so we were playing that a lot. And I like took took the game home, sat down, threw it in the PlayStation, and when that song started up for the intro, I was just like, my mind was blown. This was like the greatest thing I had ever witnessed. I was just like, yo, if you're gonna do an intro for a game, this is it, man. The song, the 3D, everything was just it was great.
Oh, well, what about Ken's Rage 2's intro, man?
Well, remember the intro for Soul Blade. This was way back. This was the start of it. This was what set the standard. And then there's stuff like the intro for Ken's Rage 2 that just builds on top of that. And again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, how not necessarily that things seem repetitive, but that a lot of the stuff that we enjoy and that we appreciate nowadays as gamers can literally be traced back to stuff that we had seen and played back in back in the 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, and CD-ROM eras. And it's like a lot of us old heads from back then would sit down and play some of this stuff, and it'd be like, it would capture our attention. It would be so much fun for us because of what it reminds us of.
Man, you know what game I wish they made? A good Zoids New Century game. Like, the best one they made was on GameCube.
Yeah, I
And I was
remember
like,
getting a chance to
I
play that like
need
once or
I need
twice.
another one. I was like, I need another one. And it never happened.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm looking at the YouTube chat right now, and two lines from Crawler 3333 that I very much agree with. Number one, let's have Final Fantasy IX. I mean, I will say this: if Final Fantasy IX had actually stuck, if they had actually gone with Tetsuya Nomura being the lead character, at least the lead character designer, I think that might have probably handled a lot of the concerns that people like you, for example, Juris, actually have with the game. As far as like how the characters look.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, again, they were trying to do it. They were trying to bring back the old school, but at the same time, a lot of people didn't think it worked, and that turned them off from what was otherwise a fantastic game. But as for that second quote, it also looks to me like Crawler 3333 also got his hands on the Chrono Trigger ROM hack, Crimson Echoes.
Mm-hmm. Crimson Echoes.
And yeah, seriously, that game is that hack is fantastic.
Like the coloring they did for Crimson Echoes. Like the environment and stuff came out pretty good.
All right. Let's see. What else can I? Oh, I brought it up earlier, but what you call it? I remember getting my hands on a copy of Street Fighter EX2 Plus for the PS1,
Oh man.
and okay, there's an episode of Extra Credits that you can find on YouTube that talks about how the barrier for entry as far as learning fighting games seems pretty high, especially to like the casual player. But having a good tutorial, or at least having something that's intuitive in the single player, would actually really help people get into fighting games a lot more. And the first thing that I think of as far as good fighting game tutorials, or at least stuff that was fun to play through and also helped you learn the game, was the expert mode and the trial mode in Street Fighter EX.
I think I had Street Fighter Plus on the PS2.
On the PS2? Oh, you mean Street Fighter EX3?
Yeah, I think it was EX3. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you had like a million Street Fighters, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm like I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think the EX3 one though, I bought it across the street from 16 Fab at the time. Me and you were rocking it in the living room.
Sounds about right.
Hold on a second. I
Gaio was
remember-
pretty beast.
Oh, yeah. I remember this was while I was still down in Southern California, back while I was in junior high, when a local arcade and pool hall, like right across from my junior high school, got ready to open up. And like shortly after they had originally opened, you know, they didn't have any arcade machines in there. All they had was just a PS1 and a Sega Saturn hooked up to a couple of TVs for people to come in and play and hang out. And that was cool. I absolutely loved the hell out of it. I mean, I've spent so much of my time playing X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Rival Schools on the PlayStation. But then when they actually set up the little game store inside the arcade as well, and they set up the PS3, that was when I was able to first get my hands on playing Street Fighter EX3. And the way they handled the tag team setup for that was just so cool. Especially how certain teams actually had their own little like unique level 3 super combos.
Ooh. Who remembers Ranma Half?
Right here.
Damn, sounds familiar.
Right here. I actually remember finding the Ranma 1/2 game for the fighting game for the Super Nintendo.
Man, I think we had it for Super Nintendo too. I remember.
Wait a minute, isn't that the person with like the black hair and the little karate gi? Like it looked like a Jet Li button up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I remember that game now. Yeah, we had it for the Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Oh, but thinking back to what we were talking about earlier about RPGs, and the other guy that was in here, Chris, he mentioned Kodelka, and just talking about that, and oh my God, just again, spoiler alert for those that weren't listening earlier. You know, talking about how Kodelka was the prequel to Shadow Hearts, and the fact that the lead character in the game, that Kodelka herself, is Yuri's mother. Pretty much when I found out. Well, when I found out in game, like when I was playing through Shadow Hearts 1 and 2, when I found out that that was his mom, and that, the little old dude that they're going after, Roger Bacon, that he was around back in Kodelka, I was just like, whoa. Yo, that's how we're going to do it? What are you guys doing to me? But but speaking of like PS1 games that had like good combos and good action gameplay, Dark Renegade 81 just brought it up in the YouTube chat. Beat me to the punch already. Legend of Mana.
Legend of Mana. Damn.
Dude,
I bought that game on release day.
Mm-hmm. Just being able to shape the world how you want it by like putting the pieces down and like setting up the world map on that grid, and just not only how it affected the story, but how it affected the monster layout and everything too.
Battle system was insane.
Yeah, just with the with the different combos and how you can and how you set up your special moves for the different weapons.
I liked what they did with Valkyrie Profile, like their combat system. Like that, how all their combos linked up and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool, and how you unlocked characters based on the difficulty. It wasn't just you could play on easy and get everybody.
I like the story mode too.
Yeah.
They had Arm Grim. They had
Arm Grim.
Lazard, right? That was his name, Lazard.
Yeah,
I believe so.
and
That was that wizard dude.
Yep. That was
ton
another
of
thing
cool
that
characters.
That was another thing that made Valkyrie Profile 2 so good. I mean, just how they took the battle system from 1 and I guess updated it with how they laid out the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
But then also just playing through the game and seeing Arngrim come back, I was just like, oh yeah.
You remember
That's
that dude, Brams? I think his name was Brams? That dude was a monster. Holy crap.
Like the only character in Valkyrie Profile that fought with his fists?
Yeah. I don't know, I like characters that use their fists and spears. Those are like my two main things. And samurai type characters like June.
Yeah. Like June and the other one with the full armor, Sua.
Polearm. Sua, was that the dude? He had like the red armor, those arrows all in his armor. Yeah. That dude was awesome too.
I like the fact that they had a storyline for like each character. Like they explained what happened to the character before you unlock them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was amazing. There was some messed up shit in that game though too.
Yeah, but I really like the diversity in characters. Like they'll have someone from from the knights, like a knight kind of guy, like Lawfer. Lawfer, he was like this knight, and then they had Suo, he was like a samurai. And then they had these mythical characters that knew magic and all this stuff. They had like a diversity in characters.
Yeah, like Freya.
Yeah,
Freya was pretty. She was bomb.
They had Thor. You remember the Thor they had?
Oh. And
yo, I got a game I could bring up that you guys will definitely be like, hell yeah, Vanguard Bandits.
Hell yeah. We were talking about that earlier. Shit, I love that game. Vanguard Bandits.
Oh my goodness. Oh!
I feel like it was really underrated, man. It was a really fun game.
Yeah, and it didn't get the promotion it deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, much like, say, oh my god, I was just thinking, like Legend of Legaia.
Oh, yeah. Legend of Legaia. Yo, mama! That's what it sounds like every time the guy beats somebody's ass. Yo, mama!
No, but Legend of Legaia was... I remember sitting down and playing that, and I was just like, how are you supposed to attack? Wait, you actually use the directional buttons to pick the attacks? Wait a minute.
Hold on a second.
It completely flipped the script as far as like how I saw being able to actually use the PS1 controller, and then just again with the story, with the origins, how the magic was done.
Mm-hmm.
It was a brilliant brilliant setup.
And I think one of my favorite stories of all time, like on PS1, would have to be Wild Arms Part 1.
Oh man.
Wild Arms 1 was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit more partial to 2, mainly because 2 was the first one of them that I had actually gotten the chance to play through all the way.
Ah, okay. Like my uncle gave me one, and I used to watch him play, and I was like, hey, this game's kind of cool. And then he finally gave it to me because he got 2. He was like, here, you can have this old shit. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. And I played it, and I was like, damn, this game is the shit. And let me see, I think my cousin gave me Star Ocean. Dark Monsoon gave me. I think you gave me Star Ocean, or did I buy? I don't remember where I got it from.
Oh, yeah. I think I gave it to you, and I had another copy.
Yeah, Star Ocean, the second story, and that was another awesome game.
And
Breath
Yeah,
of
the
Fire
storyline
3.
on that was cool.
looks like we got Chris back in the chat for a little bit too. How'd everything go, man? Can't hear you. You might want to restart it, or at least like turn off the mic and then turn it back on.
Wait a minute. Who are you talking to?
There you go.
Oh, there you go. He's here now. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I have my 3DS with me right now as I'm talking to you.
You playing Smash?
No, I'm actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
But yeah, actually, it's already 1:50, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up at the 2-hour mark. So around 2 o'clock is where we're gonna end this, especially since I'm pretty sure you guys might have some stuff to do later on today as well.
All right, sounds good, man.
But,
yeah, definitely having fun though. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just to let you guys know, this is pretty much why I've been doing these streams weekly, aside from just wanting to make sure I have stuff up on YouTube. But with everything that's been going on in the Gamergate hashtag on Twitter, there's so much shit going on, and people can get burned out by a lot of the more serious shit very easily.
Hello.
So, occasionally you just have to take a step back from it. Sit down, play some video games, just unwind.
Yeah, don't be afraid to play some vid, you guys. It's a lot easier to basically just play some games while handling this stuff too.
And that's exactly what this stream is here for people to just come in, hang out, talk about all the fun games and stuff that they remember, and just ramble on, have a cold drink, and have some fun.
Sort of like that Shaun of the Dead. We're gonna just chill in the bar and let this all hang over.
Yeah, we'll just chill at the Winchester, have a pint, wait till it all blows over.
Have a cup of brew.
Hopefully the zombies don't decide to try and bust through the window.
Oh man.
If they do, we've got some duct tape here.
We got some beer, mate. It'll be all right.
Great. Now I gotta. That reminds me. Does any of you know when? At the World's End is supposed to be coming out on DVD or Blu-ray, or if it's out already?
The World's End.
The World's End. No idea.
I can check right now. Hold on.
Yeah. I haven't figured out how to use Google, so I have no idea, man.
Oh wow.
Oh,
that sarcasm was so powerful.
But earlier, Chris, we were talking about some of the better platformers that we were playing on the PlayStation, and we brought up stuff like Jumping Flash, Oddworld, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
You basically lost me at Oddworld. That game was pretty good.
Oddworld was fantastic. It was just so out there.
Let's see.
I think that's one of the best examples of how video games can, in fact, be an art form.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to, in fact, point out that it's like the horror genre for the 3DS home. And let me turn off my fan. The horror genre for the PlayStation actually had probably some of the scarier stuff on it, even though the technology is lacking by current standards now.
Like for example, the the first Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame was PlayStation 2, buddy.
Oh, that's right. Oops.
What about Clock Tower?
There we go.
Oh, that depends on which one.
The first one.
Okay, good. If you were going to say Struggle Within, I may have to correct you on that one.
Nah, hell no, not that one.
The game's good. It's just that it's just that it basically, if you could drive a semi through the plot holes, and even it wouldn't hit the surface it wouldn't hit the ceiling of the tunnels. But I'm actually referring to I remember I was talking about an obscure game known. It was called Echo Knight. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it before, but I probably have talked about it quite frequently on my live streams. It's
I'm about to check it out.
It's actually a first-person perspective game where you actually have to go through a ghost cruise ship, and basically you not only have to rescue the ghosts on the ship, but you basically get hunted by things as well.
Sounds like some Freddy Krueger type stuff.
And the thing is, like, you can't fight them. You are powerless in the whole aspect.
That's horrible.
Wow. Well, damn.
It's horrible, but it was amazing.
Oh man! Run, Forrest, run!
Oh God, I hate that movie.
Oh man.
Yeah. Damn it! I was going to say something, and it just completely slipped my mind.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Oh God! Oh.
Yeah, the World's End. That movie comes out October the 14th.
Oh, so that one's gonna be out on Blu-ray in a couple of days then.
Yeah.
It'll be time to complete my collection then. Because I have both Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz in the closet right now.
Yo, who remembers Shinobi on the PS2?
Ah, man.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I prefer Nightshade.
Yeah. Shinobi was decent, but it seemed to me like Shinobi was really just Sega basically getting everything worked out so that way when they brought out Nightshade, it would be as good as it was.
Mm-hmm. No, when it came to PS2, I liked Dot Hack a lot.
Yeah, Dot Hack was a pretty good series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the hell out of that.
I liked that the data would carry over, to the next game or the next disc. I mean, like you had Dot Hack 1 and then 2 came out, and you could carry on your levels and stuff with the new story or whatever.
Yeah, Dot Hack was doing the Dynasty Warriors with Extreme Legends, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool because it came with an anime.
Yeah. Yeah, it came with a little episode, I think, right? Each.
Yeah.
Luminality? I don't even remember the name of the anime it came with. Luminality or?
Yeah.
Luminality? I think. Was that what? I don't remember. Been a long while.
Yeah, I gotta have to go back and check.
Yeah. Budokai, man. Whew.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Oh yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite like obscure action games on the PS2. Well, two of them that were just like really obscure, but I really enjoyed playing was Eve of Extinction and Crimson Tears.
Hmm. You see.
Ah, man, Crimson Tears. I played Crimson C2 a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament.
Come on, man.
Haven't had the chance.
That game was messed up, man.
If you messed up your combo, if you mess up
It was a wrap.
time versus Tagoro, you're done. He hit you with this infinite combo like those, no mercy, no fucks given against Tagoro.
Well, that's Seguro. That's just how he is anyway.
He's like, oh, you missed your combo? Looks like you're never going to touch the ground ever again.
Yeah, your character was stuck in the air forever.
Oh, man, who remembers the Extermination?
Oh, that was a good one, yeah.
I like,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, that game was hot.
Or, let me see, Kill Switch? Kill Switch? Freedom Fighters?
Oh, Freedom Fighters. Yeah.
Yeah, those are some cool games. But I'd really like the Extermination, though.
Freedom Fighters
right.
that were cooking up rats.
Yeah.
You want a rat burger?
Oh God. Yeah, why you gotta be bringing Demolition Man up in here?
Oh, damn.
Those Lord of the Ring games on PS2 are a lot of fun, too.
Yeah.
The Gandalf saga and Return of the King. That one mission where you have to knock the ladders down always pissed me off.
Oh, man. So many orcs, dude. It was like, what the fuck? Stop climbing so fast.
Leave me alone. Oh, my God.
Rolancer. That was an interesting game.
I prefer the third one over the second one any
Did you?
day. Yeah.
I didn't get to play the third one. I only got the second one here. Working designs.
They actually had a thing. They actually had a set where you can actually get the second and third game.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
man, I got fucking screwed then.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys should still be able to find it though.
Yeah, probably.
I know they have it's either 3DS or PSP. They have a new game out.
Okay, you guys are familiar. You got to be familiar with Final Fantasy Tactics, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah. You
Okay.
unlock Cloud in the game?
Yeah. Did you guys ever play Battle Hunter?
Oh, my God.
But I've never played it.
That game was crazy as hell.
It's like a Final Fantasy Tactics, but it just did like some absurd shit in the game.
Yeah, some like detective type.
Yeah, it was funny though. I still have that disc. I remember we played it in the kitchen.
Oh, man.
Like, what the hell's going on? This shit's crazy.
Yeah, you get shot like multiple times when they do like a special or something. You're like, what the hell is going on with my character?
But
Wow.
Final Fantasy Tactics, hands down, had like the best background music on PS1 for me.
I agree. I partly agree with you on that one. Again,
What
I'm more.
What game did you play that had better?
Well, again, Wild 9.
I never played that. I don't recall playing that, so I can't comment.
I got something I want to ask the panel here.
What's up?
The worst game you've ever played.
And is this just in general or on PS1?
On PlayStation 1.
See, now that's difficult now.
Worst game I ever played. Rise of the Robots Resurrection.
The worst game I've ever
I
played on
believe there was-
PS1.
Dude, I can't. I haven't. Because I always found something I liked about every PS1 game. I have no idea what I hate.
Yeah, right. Rise of the Robots 2 on the PS1. Downright awful.
Straight cheeks? Oh, man.
What about you?
That's a bit of a toss-up for me.
Yeah, it's difficult for me right now.
No, it's a difference between Power Rangers Time Force and a Star Trek game my uncle gave me once. I hated both of them with a passion.
Was it like Superman 64 levels of bad?
Oh,
my
God.
God.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
even get me started with that.
Okay. There's actually a worse one than Superman 64. It's Aquaman for GameCube. That is worse.
Okay.
That game
Yeah.
is horrible.
Yeah, you got me there.
I can't believe you even said that, man.
Hey. I have the gun. I'm shooting the shots here. I'm just saying the shots have been fired.
Yeah, my ears are bleeding right now. Oh, man.
And you know what? On that note, since we are coming up on 2 o'clock, well, 2 o'clock over here anyway. Actually, I think this would probably be a good place to end it. I mean, hell, you guys up for, if nothing else, coming back for another one next week?
Yeah, if I'm free and everything, I'll be down to get out another Google Hangout.
Why not?
And don't take it out.
Oh God, another one that just came up. Ravenloft, Iron and Blood. That was another one of the really bad ones.
Oh,
actually,
hey, Ace.
what's up?
I am actually going to be doing one around like 8 p.m. It's Central Standard Time. If you would like to come in.
If I'm not busy, I'll see what I can do. Go ahead and send me the link like usual, and if I'm free to join, I'll go ahead and jump in. Otherwise, I'll probably jump in on the chat, if nothing else.
All right then.
But yeah, quick shout outs to to everybody that's joined the chat and contributed. Crawler, Dark Renegade, Esteban, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining in. Let's go ahead and get our official shilling out of the way. You can find Dark Masamune 87 here on YouTube at youtube.com/darkmasamune87. That's Mr. Hack and Slash. If you want to go there for all of your Dynasty Warriors and Sengoku Basara videos, he's the man that started it off. We also have Jersey Boy, who is currently in the middle of playing through both Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends and Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. You can check out his channel as well at youtube.com/jerseyboy. I'll have the links in the info bar so that way you guys can just click on it. Go ahead, go there, support the channel, have fun. Chris, I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and do the shout-outs for yourself because I'm not as familiar with your channel as I'd like to be.
It's no problem. Basically, if you want to look for me, this is my. I'm going to send it to Ace. Then if you're going to look for me, look for Mahavilo. If you basically want to look for me, I'm mainly a streamer for Gamergate, and forgive me for jumping in and out of the stream. I've just been busy on my end with a few things.
Hey, it happens, man. So long as you're able to come in and contribute and have some fun, that's really all that matters.
All right, then.
And, of course, for those of you watching me here, if you don't quite know who I am, I'll spell it out for you one more time. Blazing Ace Nelson, right here on youtube.com/Blazing Ace Nelson. I do character walkthroughs for Dynasty Warriors and Sengoku Basara, and for whatever else I decide sounds fun at the time. And, yeah, just check us out. Feel free to subscribe. Until next week, thanks a lot for joining in. This has been another episode of Gamer Talk with your man Blazing Ace Nelson. Until next time, work hard, game harder.